father-in-law, Ronald Atkins, wasn't pleased either. He snorted. Judy was just joking. Why are you reacting like this? Having relatives like you is what's embarrassing. He didn't finish his sentence. My husband's temper flared and he punched him square in the face. He was lifting his fist for another blow when I grabbed his arm. Let it go, Nate. With this second chance at life, all I wanted was to properly make up for my poor son. As for Judy, I'd deal with her eventually, but there was no rush. That night, we completed the transfer to another hospital. While packing up in the hospital room, I overheard whispers from behind the curtain next door. My sister tried to lower her voice, but her excitement was impossible to hide. I've been reborn. My son Philip will become a big boss in the future. At first, the others didn't believe her, but as she described everything vividly, their eyes gradually reddened with greed. After all, who wouldn't be tempted by the idea of living in a luxurious villa and becoming effortlessly wealthy? My parents took turns holding Philip, calling him their sweet, precious grandson. Ronald slapped his thigh in delight, grinning so wide his face could barely contain it. That's my boy. He has a bright future. But when the topic shifted to me, Judy's expression turned smug. Cindy's son will grow up to become a street thug. My father frowned. Then we should keep our distance from them. It'll be trouble if he clings to us. My mother quickly chimed in. When Philip grows older, let's send him to a good school. We can't let him be influenced by Cindy's son. Standing outside the curtain, I heard every word clearly. Did she really believe Philip became a CEO because of his own abilities? In my previous life, I'd already been suspicious. How could two honest, hardworking people like Nate and me give birth to someone as cold and self-centered as Philip? He didn't acknowledge Judy as his birth mother, but if not for the fact that I controlled most of the company's shares, he wouldn't have treated me well either. Forget villas and world tours, but I welcomed the distance between us. The farther away, the better. Hearing them still whispering behind the curtain, I tossed the lukewarm bowl of porridge straight inside. I didn't bother to look at their shocked faces as I turned and walked out of the room, and this was only the first gift I planned to give Judy. With the experience I'd gained over the years in my previous life, my career took off. Promotions came one after another, and I navigated the company with ease. Outside of work, every spare moment went into being with Axel. In my previous life, under the abuse and oppression of Judy's entire family, Axel had picked up smoking and drinking at a young age. He got into fights at school, constantly clashing with others. Judy never reflected on herself. She cursed him daily, calling him useless trash that could never amount to anything. By the time he hit puberty, he had become withdrawn and volatile, refusing to obey her at all. He stayed out all hours of the day and night, but who could blame him? When a home gives you nothing but coldness, you look for warmth wherever you can find it, even in the company of street punks. I never asked my son to become someone extraordinary. I only ever wanted him to grow up happy and carefree. This life, with Nate and me protecting him, Axel didn't carry the turbulence of his past life. At a glance, he was no different from any other well-loved child. His personality was still a little like his father's, quiet and distant. Maybe because I spent the most time with him, he always seemed cooler around others, but deeply attached to me. He often tugged at me to take him out to play or clung to me while I helped him with homework. This weekend, as usual, I took him to the mall to buy clothes. While looking into the mirror, he suddenly lifted his head. Mom, I don't know why, but sometimes it feels like this life is too good to be real. Last night, I had a dream. I dreamed you and Dad were gone, and a woman tied me to a chair and hit me. I bit her and she slapped me. It was just a dream, but it felt real, like something that actually happened. His round eyes widened with confusion. I stroked his hair, my voice soft. It was a dream. Let it go. If you have nightmares again, come find me or your dad. Don't keep it to yourself. He was still a child after all. He nodded, clutching the new clothes, and his smile returned. While he went into the fitting room to change, I glanced across a few racks of clothing and froze when I saw Philip. In the last life, raised by my husband and me,